Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all doing
Hello.
good. Ladies and gentlemen, caballeros y señoritas, today we will be reading Pablo Neruda with his main work, the 20 Love Poems and One Song of Despair. Uh, Pablo Neruda is actually not his real name. His real name is actually a pretty complicated name. It's one of those classical South American names that has an endless series of name in it. He was born Ricardo Eliécer Neftalí Reyes Basoalto, which is actually kind of funny because he wanted to be a poet at 16 already, and he started writing at 16. And his parents, that were of good family, didn't
Yeah.
thought that it would be a future for him. And actually, they were right. He lived in poverty and in exile most of his life. But by
Oh,
20, he wrote this book that we will be reading today, and he rose up to become one of the most famous poets in South America, within all the classics of South America. Like, um, you can compare him to. It's like a 20-year-old man that was born in 1904, suddenly by 1925 had become a Shakespeare of South America, from one day to the other,
by
basically.
25.
By 20.
Oh,
But he had to change name. His name had to become Pablo Neruda, because he became so famous that if his name
yeah.
was on the book, he would have been rejected by his family right away. And that's how the name Pablo Neruda came to be. It is actually a story that's not very famous, but I thought I'll share a little bit that part of it.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. I'll put some, some random funny stories I know about him like that. So as we go.
Yeah. Okay. Like, have nothing against it.
I was thinking perhaps you could read us the first poem.
Okay, the first poem from the book 20 Love Poems and the Song of Despair by Pablo Neruda. It's called Body of a Woman. And I guess we will do it this way, that I will do English translation and then Cordelh will read the original in Spanish.
Precisely.
So, okay. Body of a woman. Body of a woman. White heels. White tights. You look like a world lying in surrender. My rough peasant's body digs in you and makes the sun leap from the depth of the earth. I was alone, like a tunnel. The birds fled from me, and night swamped me with its crushing invasion. To survive myself, I fought you like a weapon, like an arrow in my bow, a stone in my sling. But the hour of vengeance falls, and I love you, body of skin, of moss, of eager and firm milk. Oh, the goblets of the breasts. Oh, the eyes of absence. Oh, the roses of the pubis. Oh, your voice, slow and sad. Body of my woman, I will persist in your grace. My thirst, my boundless desire, my shifting road, dark river beds where the eternal thirst flows, and weariness follows, and the infinite ache.
So, in Spanish, cuerpo de mujer, blancas colinas, muslos blancos. Te pareces al mundo en tu actitud de entrega. Mi cuerpo de labriego salvaje te sacova y hace saltar el hijo del fondo de la tierra. Fui solo, como un túnel. De mí buían los pájaros y en mí la noche entraba su invasión poderosa. Para sobrevivirme, te forjé como una arma, como una flecha en mi arco, como una piedra en mi onda. Pero cae la hora de la venganza y te amo, cuerpo de piel, de musgo, de leche ávida y firme. A los vasos del pecho, a los ojos de ausencia, a las rosas del pubis, a tu voz lenta y triste. Cuerpo de mujer mía, persistiré en tu gracia, mi sed, mi ansia, sin límite, mi camino indeciso, oscuros causas donde la sed eterna sigue y la fatiga sigue y el dolor infinito.
Yeah.
Did you like my version in Spanish, or it sounds horrible?
No, I like your version in Spanish, but I just think that the youth has this amazing excitement of everything. Like he would not have written. I do see his youth in it
Well, I figured
because he's excited by the first experiences. Like it made such a huge impression on him, and you could see like this treasured excitement. Yeah, he would not have written this later on.
It's actually pretty funny that you mentioned this, because historically his style has evolved a lot. So this is what pushed him up and made him famous, like worldwide, but also specifically in South America. But once he got into exile and he witnessed the war in Spain, the civil war between the Republicans and the Royalists, he was actually on the side of the Republicans, which are the people that lost that war. They tried to, get rid of the kingdom and all of that. And he, back in those days, well, he was basically an activist for republics, for humanism in a grand scale, for everybody to be like having rights, basically, and not having a king that can decide if you are allowed to live or die. And as a witness of those battles, he started writing poems that are extremely heavy. But if you find those poems romantic, imagine the same intensity, but for poems about wars.
Yeah, but it makes me sad actually. Like here, he is pure and unspoiled somehow by war, and then he will become, though way better in technique, probably amazing in technique, but in its essence, completely lost of his excitement for this.
Well, he's known to have been both a romantic and a revolutionary. In the poetry universe in South America, his message was always a message of revolutions with love. I mean, within romanticism, not so much love, but because revolutions are violent. But he definitely is the symbol of it in South America, as poetry goes. He's a sort of Victor Hugo, but for South America, basically.
Okay, the next poem is called The Light Wraps You. That's actually, yeah, I enjoy early Pablo Neruda already. The light wraps you in its mortal flame, abstracted, pale, mourner, standing that way against the old propellers of the twilight that revolves around you. Speechless, my friend, alone in the loneliness of this hour of the dead, and filled with lives of fire, pure higher of the ruined day. A bough of fruit falls from the sun on your dark garment. The great roots of night grow suddenly from your soul, and the things that hide in your come out again, so that a blue and pallid people, your newly born, takes nourishment. O magnificent and fecund and magnetic slave of the circle that moves in turn through black and gold, rise and lead. Possess a creation so rich in life that its flowers perish, and it is full of sadness.
So, the translation would be En su llama mortal. En su llama mortal la luz te envuelve, absorba, pálida, doliente, así situada contra las viejas hélices del crepúsculo, que en torno a ti da vueltas, muda, mi amiga, sola en lo solitario de esta hora de muertes y llena de las vidas del fuego, pura heredera del día destruido. Del sol cae un racimo en tu vestido oscuro. De la noche las grandes raíces crecen de súbito desde tu alma. Y a lo exterior regresan las cosas en ti ocultas, de modo que un pueblo pálido y azul de ti recién nacido se alimenta. Oh, grandiosa y fecunda y magnética esclava del círculo que en negro y dorado sucede, erguida, trata y logra una creación tan viva que sucumben sus flores y llena es de tristeza.
Oh, vastness of pines. Oh, vastness of pines, murmur of waves breaking, slow play of lights, solitary bell, twilight falling in your eyes, toy doll, earth shell in whom the earth sings. In you the rivers sing and my soul flees in them. As you desire, and you send it where you will. Aim my road on your bow of hope, and in a frenzy I will free my flock of arrows. On all sides I see your waste of fog, and your silence hunts down my afflicted hours. My kisses anchor, and my moist desire nests in you with your arms of transparent stone. Ah, your mysterious voice that laugh tolls and darkens in the resonant and dying evening. Thus, in deep hours I have seen over fields the ears of wheat tolling in the mouth of the wind.
Avasteda de pinos. Avestadas de pinos, rumor de olas quebrándose, lento juego de luces, campana solitaria, crepúsculo cayendo en tus ojos, muñeca, caracola terrestre, en ti la tierra canta, en ti los ríos canta, y mi alma en ellos bulle. Como tú lo deseas, y hacia donde tú quieras, marcame mi camino en tu arco de esperanza, y soltaré en delirio mi bandada de flecha. En torno a mí estoy viendo tu cintura de niebla, y tu silencio acosa mis horas perseguidas, y eres tú con tus brazos de piedra transparente donde mis besos anclan y mi humedad ansia anida. Ah, tu voz misteriosa que el amor tiñe y dobla y en el atardecer resonante y muriendo. Así en horas profundas sobre los campos he visto doblarse las espigas en la boca del viento.
The next poem is called The Morning is Full. The morning is full of storm in the heart of summer. The clouds travel like white handkerchiefs of goodbye, the wind traveling, waving them in its hands. The numberless heart of the wind beating above our loving silence, orchestral and divine, resounding among the trees like a language full of words and songs. Wind that bears off the dead leaves with a quick rate and deflects the pulsing arrows of the birds. Wind that topples her in a wave without spray and substance without weight, and leaning fires. Her mass of kindness breaks and sinks, assailed in the door of the summer's wind.
Es la mañana llena. Es la mañana llena de tempestad en el corazón del verano, como pañuelos blancos de adiós viajan las nubes. El viento las sacude con sus viajeras manos. Innumerable corazón del viento latiendo sobre nuestro silencio enamorado, zumbando entre los árboles, orquestal y divino, como una lengua llena de guerras y de cantos. Viento que lleva en rápido robo las hojarasca y desvía las flechas latientes de los pájaros. Viento que la deriva en ola sin espuma y sustancias sin peso y fuego inclinado. Se rompe y se sumerge su volumen de beso compatido en la puerta del viento del verano.